I was just posting.
All right. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in to the Real Short Box Live here on YouTube. My name is Donald. The gentleman right here to my right is Mr. Julio, our special guest, Julio Galvez from We Can Be Heroes Comics in Chatsworth, California. Just below me here is our other special guest, one Mr. Christopher D. Turner, actor, director extraordinaire. Thank you for being part of this, Chris. We appreciate it. And over in the corner right over here, like a naughty little schoolboy, is Mr. Kevin with Dr. Doom behind him. You're almost sitting in his lap, Kevin. It's a beautiful thing. People love seeing that. They love seeing you in characters' laps. It's just it's a thing now. It's like a thing. We're going to talk a little bit about some of the characters that we did not have, that did not make it on the list, that we thought should be on the list. Julio, I know you have a couple. Chris, I know you probably have a couple. Go ahead and mention some of those while I do a little bit of stuff in the background, and then we'll get started real soon.
Well, for me, Neo would have been nice.
Yeah, Kevin. Yeah. Well, you're the one that kicked him out.
No, that's not. Well, that's from the bonus thing, the bonus round. That's true.
Yeah, we do got a couple bonus rounds this time, so that's nice. That'll be cool.
Keanu Reeves, you can never go wrong with any Keanu Reeves characters.
It's true. Well, that one that he was just in recently where those girls came to his house and tried to bury him up to his head, and that was weird.
I like that.
You don't say.
And that movie makes no sense. I don't care how loyal you are. 211 show up at your door and they're trying to jump on you. I mean, I'm gonna go for it. I mean, some sixes show up. I mean, I probably think about it. Oh, so because that's what they were, right? They were like supermodels, and it was raining.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
Yeah.
Okay, Kevin, I'm going to highly rely on you. You're going to have to pull it from my my Ted Cord page, the post. Julio and Chris, same for you guys if you want to pull the link from my Facebook.
Okay.
Okay. I got a ban. I'm on a 3-day ban, guys, so I can't post any posts under my Facebook.
Why are you a naughty boy?
I just can't keep my mouth shut. I just joke around with people, and the Facebook algorithm thing picks up on it, and it's like, you're bullying people, and I'm like, no, I'm making a joke, and they're like, no, that's bullying, and I'm like, okay, you're dumb.
So you got kicked off of Facebook?
Well,
suspended.
I'm suspended for 3 days. So that's fun.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
On the podcast version, the audio version of this?
Just on Facebook in general. Just
oh.
Yeah, in general, I'm out.
I say so much crazy shit on there, I've never even been warned.
Well, you're right. It's weird how the algorithm targets people. I was telling the guys a few weeks ago on one of the pages I'm on, there's someone posted the autopsy photos, and it's just by chance I saw this, of Anne Nicole Smith and Michael Jackson was making jokes about it, and people in the comment section was like, "What are you doing? This isn't funny. Take this down." Yet they didn't, no problem there. But yet he makes a joke about, I think you call someone like a fatty or something like that.
Yeah.
That's why they took you down.
Yeah,
it's stupid.
You had a friend who got taken down for quoting Shakespeare.
Quoting Shakespeare.
Wow.
That bastard Shakespeare.
That's rough, dude.
Yeah.
Wow.
What you drinking, Donald?
It is a very, very lame drink tonight. It's actually not bad. It's a Zevia grape soda, so it's a sugar-free, sweetened with stevia grape soda. It's quite tasty.
If I may be so kind, we should welcome some of our guests. I see Dr. David Dedenberg. I see your mom, Mrs. McKenney's on board.
Everybody say hi to my mom.
Hi,
Mom.
Hello.
Hi,
What's
Enrique.
up, Sammy? What's up, Enrique?
Just waiting. I'm just getting some more people in here, guys. I'm having a technical difficulty here with that for some reason. It's being dumb. It's not letting me.
I am sending out the link to the multitudes.
Good.
Send it to me, Kev.
Sure.
Going into my videos.
All right. Hey, you know what I heard today?
did you hear?
Amazing Fantasy 15.5 CGC graded sold for $12,000.
Well, if I
No
can
way.
add to that, sir, although not as good, a 0.5 FF5 First Doctor Doom sold for over $3,100 last week.
There you go.
Ain't that something?
By the way, Julio, how much did you pay for that AF-15 back in the day?
$300.
That's exactly what I paid for the. Oh no, that's not true. It was $180 I paid for the Doom book. $300 something was what I paid for the Hulk 181. See, it's amazing how that pays off.
Yeah, well, yeah, it
Isn't
does.
it?
It does. It has. All right, I'm messaging it out, getting the word out to people.
All right,
Yep, spreading the
great.
word.
I'm just having.
Technical
Oh,
difficulty.
Evan's in. What's up, Evan?
Evan, hey, thanks for joining us.
He put the floor in here.
Yes, he did.
Wow.
It's just running very slow on my end, so it's being a pain in the butt. Page unresponsive.
Oh,
Yeah,
not nice.
yeah. Not cool. Not cool.
Yeah, all right.
So, yeah, there was a couple other characters like in this that I wanted to really make a part of the hero list. But I feel like for some of it just didn't work, you know, like for example, I wanted to do John McClane, but we've already done Die Hard to death a little bit. So I was like, well, another Bruce Willis classic for me anyway would be Corbin Dallas from The Fifth Element. But that also we've done in the Sci-Fi Challenge, and it actually won. So for me, it was like, okay, so I probably can't do that. And then I thought, well, maybe. Oh my God, what is going?
Fox Mulder should have been on the list. The hero of heroes, champions for aliens.
That's true.
I was
That's why
expecting to see Goku, and I was a little sad that I couldn't see Goku.
Oh, no
Grogu?
What about Vegeta?
He's an anti-hero, though, isn't he?
Yeah, that's true.
Still hero in his last name, though. Okay?
It's true.
Donald, I forgot. Who is Mr. Ten's TARDIS?
It's probably Pete.
Oh, Mr. Pete.
I'm just trying to still get this to load properly, and it's not. Having a lot of trouble. I'm sorry, everybody, that I can't post the link because I can't get anything to work on my desktop right now. It's really awful. And it won't load on my phone, so I can't do that on my phone either. So we're just kind of stuck.
Yeah,
Because I got a stupid 3-day ban, and it won't load the page for some reason now.
What about RoboCop? RoboCop would have counted as hero, right?
Yeah, he would count.
Yeah, I guess he could.
Anti-hero too, in a weird way.
Yeah, RoboCop could count. Definitely count as a hero, I would say. I don't see why not.
Yeah.
Hey, Chris, do you want me to send you the link too, if you want to spread it out, or you already?
Kevin, do you see the link live on the Facebook page?
Give me one moment. I'm actually seeing it live on YouTube, of course, but let me check Facebook. Give me a moment.
All right.
As it loads.
See if you can pull it up on your phone. If you can pull it up on your phone, then we can post it in there. I'm sorry, everybody. I can't even see your comments right now. I know you're probably talking, and I very much apologize about this, but I'm having a hell of a time. Facebook is a piece of shit, and I hope it dies. So there's that. Yeah, good times. Good times.
Let's see. On your Facebook page, I don't see it on.
It's not on my Facebook page, Kevin. I can't get on my
Sorry,
Facebook
not
page.
Sorry, not Facebook page, but
YouTube.
See if I can get
Are you able to pull it up on YouTube at all? The link should be live on there.
yeah, it is.
Okay, can you grab that link and post it on your Facebook page and then post it on
Sure.
mine as well, please?
Sure.
Okay, that's all I need. If you guys could do that, one of you, that would be super fantastic. Thank you.
All right, give me a moment.
Okay. All right, now I'm going to pull up the chats here, and I apologize to everybody that had to wait. Okay, hello, Maria. Thanks for joining us. Hey, David. We are definitely live, so to speak, I guess. Hey, Mom. Thank you for waiting. Hey, Sammy. Hey, Enrique. Evan. Nice to see you. Raphael. Hey, buddy. Good to see you joining. Pete as well. Goku is the best. Grogu for Sammy, I guess. Comic Myers says greatest hero is Booker T. Booker T from WWF/WWE fame, I imagine is what you mean.
5 times. 5 times.
Comic Myers, I don't have a Dell Dimension. I have a Mac here, and it's just my internet, I think, is the big problem. And unfortunately, it is up there pretty high, and it's just terrible. I live in a terrible area for internet at all. Like, trying to get through a show is very fun. There's a lot of pausing, getting up for snacks because it's buffering and stuff like that. Are we going over heroes in general or in a specific genre? Pete, we're not going to do animation. We didn't do the animation for the villains. We're going to do that another time, actually. We're going to do a showdown between animated heroes and animated villains and do that. So right now it's just live action television and film. And since we have to do, we're doing a 16 group battle, we had to very much kind of whittle down who we were choosing. So there was a lot of back and forth on who we wanted. Hey Brian, thanks for joining us. Brian from Half's Hot Sauce is here. Speaking of that, Julio, did you enjoy the hot sauce we got to you?
I showed up on Saturday, and someone told me that Kevin left me some hot sauce. I was very, very excited, but it was like 3 or 4 bottles in there, and so I just took one because I was going on a weekend getaway, and I had the blueberry one, Indigo Blue, I think that's what it's called, right? And I had it with breakfast yesterday morning, and it was very good, very tasty. Not super hot, but I enjoyed my breakfast. I think the blueberry hot sauce was very good. Enjoyed it.
Indigo Fire is a very good one. Like I said, It used to be my ultimate favorite, and then I tried the Sugar Rush Peach, and now that's my new favorite.
But I would have taken that one, but you talked so much about the blueberry one. That's why I just took that one.
Right.
I didn't want to look crazy at breakfast with like 5 different bottles of hot sauce. Just one.
True. I was looking at I'm part of a hot sauce group now, and I was looking at the group. And there's people that have pictures of the refrigerator, and like their top shelf is just all hot sauces. There's like 50 of them, and I'm like, this is like a real thing. Like people are hot sauce nuts. So it was kind of surprising and exciting all in the same breath. But to get everybody's palate kind of wet for this, we're going to get started just a little bit on this stuff. What we're going to do is we are going to do some preliminary battles. So some characters that we were like, man, I wish we could have got them in, and we really couldn't, but we really wanted to. So our first matchup, guys that are in there in chat land and want to vote. Hey Frank, thanks for joining us. No problem on being late. I'm kind of late myself. Is Rick Grimes versus Dean Winchester. So that's our battle right now. Rick Grimes versus Dean Winchester. Let me pull up a picture, and we'll get started on that.
Rick Grimes of Walking Dead?
Yes, Rick Grimes from The Walking Dead. Dean Winchester from Supernatural.
Oh.
So we're going to pull that up, get some pictures up here. And guys in the chat, start voting on who you would want to win in the Ultimate Hero Showdown of Rick Grimes versus Dean Winchester. Should be a fun one.
Is he the guy that's now Texas Walker?
No, that's Sam from Supernatural. Dean's the other one. He's the one that's going to be Soldier Boy in the new new season of The Boys. Mm-hmm.
All right. Oh, they're coming in. They're coming in.
Yeah, votes are starting to come in. All right, so let me get these guys' picture up here. I'm sorry. It's taking me a moment. Internet things. You know how that goes. Oh, that is a very large picture. Very large picture of Dean Win. There we go. He just took up the whole screen. He's so dreamy, he took up the whole screen. Dean Winchester and Rick Grimes. And here's Rick Grimes. Probably a super large picture of him, too. Yep, there we go. And we'll bring that down some, and there we go. So, Dean Winchester versus Rick Grimes. We got Supernatural versus The Walking Dead. Okay, let's start counting some votes on this, guys. Chris, why don't you do? We'll get a little exercise, a little started on this. Why don't we have you do Dean Winchester, and Kevin will have you do Rick Grimes, okay?
Coral.
Hey, Bonnie, thanks for joining us. Okay, so Frank says Dean Winchester. Brian says pudding. Dean, fuck the world. So Dean Winchester, definitely for Brian. Brian, that's like probably one of my favorite episodes when he did that. I love that. It was hilarious. Slaughterhouse 83. I don't know what you're doing. I don't know if that's Supernatural or The Walking Dead, but thank you for joining us. So let us know if you would like to vote. Denenberg says Rick Grimes. Enrique says Rick. Sammy says haven't watched a lot of either, but I'll go with Rick. Bonnie says Rick. Maria says depends on what season. Season 1 Rick Grimes is a badass, but later season Rick Grimes blah. And Brian says Donald has a Jensen fetish. Maybe. I don't know. He's a good-looking man. Jenna Toole, thank you for joining us, Jenna. She says Dean's an easy choice. So we got another Dean. Austin Fox says Rick Grimes. Thanks for joining, Austin. My mom says Dean. Pete says Dean Winchester. Let's see. We got another one for Dean. Let's see. And then Bonnie said Rick, which we already counted, but she says in the lip sync battle competition, Dean's got the eye of the tiger. Yes. Good looking out, Bonnie. So where are we at with these votes, guys? Seems like it's got to be somewhat close.
I have 5 votes for Rick.
I got 6 for Dean.
Oh, wow.
Ooh.
So we need 1 vote for it to tie and it go to the council, or another vote for Dean to kind of put the nail in the coffin, so to speak, for Rick Grimes. Okay. All right, anybody else on the voting? Rick Grimes versus Dean Winchester. Anybody else? Kevin, did you post on my page for me? Kevin, are you there?
Did you hear me?
No. Did you post on my page for me?
It should be there. Let me take a look. I put on a Friends of the Real Short Box page, and the others.
Put it on my personal page. Donald one, not the Ted one. We got another one for Dean.
Oh,
and then another one for Dean. So, nail in the coffin for Rick Grimes. Dean wins this one. No problem. Dean Winchester wins this round in beating Rick Grimes. Actually, he just wins, period, because there's no other round with these extra characters. We're going to do another fun round, quick round here. So, guys, get your chat fingers ready. It's going to be a fast one. Fast and Furious. No, it's not anybody from Fast and Furious, sorry. But we have Battle of the Leather. We have Trinity from The Matrix versus... This is going to be a good one, guys. You excited? I'm excited for this. Kevin, did you give me a picture of this one?
Yes, I did.
Is it under... Oh, it's spelled different. Okay, got it. Versus Celine from Underworld. Huh?
Ooh, yeah, I like that.
That's good. Look how they're both holding their guns. They're like in the same way.
Ooh.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Slaughterhouse 83 voted Dean. He said he did a coin toss. Ray Rodriguez pops in and says, "Hey, Kevin, Donald, Chris, and Julio. Thanks for joining us.
What's up, Ray?
Always a pleasure, Ray. Thanks for joining us." All right, we're starting to get some votes. By the way, why people were voting, I just want to say, for all of my ArcLight alum, that includes Kevin, myself, Darren, and a few other people that are usually in the chats, Maria, David, Bonnie, and anybody else I can't think of right away. For ArcLight, because they just folded, they're going out of business. It's a movie theater out here in LA. It's a chain, Pacific Theaters, ArcLight. It's where we all met. Rest in peace. This shot's for you. Woo! Hiya, hiya! Okay. Here we go.
Wow.
Votes coming in. Julio,
Yeah.
you are going to be counting Celine.
All right.
And Kevin, you are going to be counting Trinity, okay?
Okay.
All right, here we go. We have, from Sammy, we have Celine. From Slaughterhouse 83, we have Trinity. Frank, I guess you can choose either one, in or out of the Matrix. Maria says Celine. My dad says Celine. My mom says Celine. Brian from Half's Hot Sauce says Celine. Bonnie says Celine. Raphael says Celine. Frank says Celine. Ray says Celine. Austin says Celine. Genital says Trinity. David says Kate Beckinsdale. She also wins Hottest Hero. Yeah, she looked pretty good, I will say. Yes, Slaughterhouse 83. Very, very sad to hear. Bonnie says raise your glasses. Thanks for the memories. ArcLight High. Yeah, basically it was kind of ArcLight High School. Rest in peace, ArcLight, says David. Enrique says Celine. Then we have one from Pete for Trinity, and then we have another for Celine. And Enrique says rest in peace, ArcLight. So there we are. How are we on the numbers, guys?
Well, Trinity quite literally got 3 votes. So she almost lived up to her name in this.
Wow.
13,
That's actually really cool.
13.
Celine ran away with that.
Do you believe it now, Trinity?
All right, and one more quick one, guys, to get our palate cleansed, and then we're on to the actual battle. It's going to be a lot of fun. We've got, this is a good one. This is a good, fun opening battle. This is probably the best one of the best here. This is Conan the Barbarian. I'm Arnold. I can't even say his accent without I'll be back. That's the only way I can say his accent. So, and that's not right. That's not what Conan says.
Terrible.
Get in the chopper.
Yeah, that was way better. Thank you.
Well, you got to do Conan. You got to do you took my father's sword.
All right, and then we have versus King Leonidas from 300.
Ah.
So Conan versus Leonidas. Who do you think would win? Go ahead, everybody in the chat, throw in your vote, and we'll see who wins this round. By the way, we are doing a hot sauce giveaway at the end here, or near the end of this podcast, so stay tuned. If you had posted on our social media, meaning our Instagram or Facebook page, for the Real Short Box, if you can get on Instagram now, and tag 2 of your friends, and then just follow us on Instagram. Let us know that you've done this in the chat, and then we will add your name to the drawing for Half's Hot Sauce, which is incredible hot sauce, guys. One of the sponsors here of the Real Short Box. So give it a try, definitely. Okay, votes are coming in. Chris, you are going to be Conan. Julio, you're going to be Leonidas. Okay, so we have Ray Rodriguez says Leonidas.
What?
Sammy says Leonidas. Slaughterhouse 83 says that's tough. Yes, it is. Frank says Conan. Jenna says Conan. They're both kings, but he doesn't need an army. It's true. Enrique says Conan. Bonnie says Conan. Raphael says Conan. David says Leonidas. Mom says Conan. My dad says Conan. Austin says Conan. Then we have another for Leonidas, another for Conan. Maria says Conan. Frank, yes, you've already been added. And Slaughterhouse 83 is saying Leonidas. So where are we on the numbers?
10 for Conan.
I got 5 for you tonight. You whatever his name is from 300.
Leonidas.
I don't think Leonidas is going to come back from that. I don't think a 5-point lead is going to lead to anything other than utter failure. So Conan has destroyed the competition.
He did it for Crom.
Yep, by Crom he did do it. So
For the 4 wins.
by chance is Richard Barnett in the chat. Richard, if you are in the chat, please let me know. I need to know that you're on viewing the podcast, buddy. So let's get started, guys. What do you think? Are we ready for a little action? For a little adventure?
He likes
Let's
Dickie.
do this.
Richard likes Dickie.
Yeah.
That's what he likes. That's his name, yeah. Dickie.
Dicky. Okay. All right, here we go. So, first up is going to be Julio. This is going to be your round. This is going to be the official fight, guys. This is part of the 16 heroes.
All right.
Whoever wins this is going to face Palpatine from last week's reigning king of the villains. So,
And all those Sith lightning coming at you.
true. So, Julio, your first one is going to be, we have here, if I can make it work, give me 1 second. I don't know if I can make this one go. Boy. There we go. I got it. Okay, so we have Indiana Jones. And Indiana Jones is going up against... This is a good one. The Battle of the Bullwhips is what Kevin so eloquently put it as. Indiana Jones is going to be going up against Catwoman.
Oh,
Both-
I like it.
Both of them are good thieves, so to speak. Just one wants things to be in a museum, and the other wants them to be in their own personal collection, I guess. So, go for it, Julio.
Well, Indiana Jones starred in 4 movies. We don't talk about the 4th one. He was in Raiders of the Lost Ark, The Temple of Doom, and The Last Crusade, and he's been in like several comic books. It was a couple TV shows, I think, actually. He's been played by Harrison Ford. He's been played by River Phoenix, Sean Patrick Flannery. He has his own theme ride attraction. I think like 2 or 3 of them around the world. He is a professor of archaeology and adventurer. He was in the World War. He worked for the CIA, I think, or something. And he was blown up in a refrigerator and survived a nuclear blast.
Yes.
Then you got Catwoman, who's, spoiler alert, her real name is Selena Kyle. She
What?
is fiance or not fiance, girlfriend, not girlfriend of Batman. She's a thief, kind of Robin Hoodie. She started off being like a real bad guy, but like she's into Batman, so now she's a good guy. And what else can I tell you? She was played by Michelle Pfeiffer excellently. Not so well by Halle Berry. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, she's an excellent thief, and yes, Sammy, some might consider her a hero. She's can be at times a bit of an anti-hero, but when push has come to shove, she's always had Batman's back, so to speak. So,
And she has a good heart.
She does. And I think that Indiana Jones has influenced Kevin's wardrobe.
You don't say.
I can agree.
The fedora.
Yeah. And the leather jacket and the khakis.
Yeah, that's
Wasn't
true.
Catwoman also played by Anne Hathaway?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I like
That's
her.
true.
Who surprisingly
Technically.
has also played Indiana Jones.
Anne Hathaway did?
No.
Really?
No.
Awesome.
But I bet she would be cool looking cosplaying as Indiana. I bet.
I don't
Anyway,
like her.
let's start counting. Julio, let's have you be Dr. Jones. And Chris, let's have
Name
you
the dog
be
Indiana.
Selena Kyle. So here we go. Okay, Frank says Indiana. Slaughterhouse says Indiana. Raphael says Indiana. Ray says Catwoman. My mom says Indiana Jones. Dad says Indiana Jones. Enrique says Indiana Jones. David says Indiana Jones. Austin says Indiana Jones. Pete says Indiana Jones. Bonnie says Catwoman. Another one for Indiana Jones. Sammy says she loves Catwoman, but Indiana Jones is her vote. And David says my Anne Hathaway thoughts are getting creepy. I don't know about that, David. I've got a lot more thoughts of her that could get much creepier, so stay tuned. Maria says Indiana Jones, and I don't feel like we need to do much more. I think pretty much
It's a
bloodbath.
wipeout.
Yeah,
It's a
so we're gonna take
landslide.
Selena Kyle. She's lost.
I got 12 for Indy.
Yeah, Indiana Jones is
And
moving on.
4 for Selena.
Catwoman's out.
Yep.
Okay, we're gonna do the next round. Kevin, you're on deck here, buddy.
Was it Jason Bourne and Black Widow, right?
Oh my God, way to spoil it.
Yes, it's basically the CIA's assassin against the KGB's assassin. Jason Bourne, what can you say? Fun character played by Matt Damon, Operation Treadstone, someone who kicks some serious butt out there in the world. And then, of course, you have Black Widow, who I know is a personal favorite of Sammy, former KGB assassin. Of course, one of the great Avengers.
She couldn't have voted fast enough, Kevin. She's already got her vote in.
Oh. Someone who made a great sacrifice. Personally, I wish Jeremy Renner's Hawkeye had made the sacrifice in Avengers Infinity War instead of her. But
me too.
It is what it is.
But
I can't wait to watch the Black Widow movie in a couple of months. This should be a very exciting. These two great martial artists, great spies, great fighters. So have at it. Oh, I just saw Sammy's Natasha or nothing. That's funny.
Okay. So, we have some votes coming in. It's looking pretty good for Black Widow right now. Guys, go ahead and vote. We'll give it a minute on the clock here. Let me just add.
You think she's coming back? You think Black Widow will be back in the Avengers?
Well, with the multiverse, it's very possible that she could come back. The direction they're going, especially with Doctor Strange and the multiverse of madness. Very strong possibility you could do it.
I guess it depends on how well Black Widow movie does.
Yeah. You know what's funny about that? They should have released that movie before Avengers Endgame instead of Captain Marvel. That would have kind of made more sense to me, in a way, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Well, thank God this show is not about Kevin's opinion.
No, of course not. It's about the people's opinion.
Wow. You know what, guys? I don't know if we're going to even have to worry about this. I think Jason Bourne was born to lose.
Yeah, I don't see. It's a wipeout. I'm seeing that thing just come down. Black Widow, Black Widow, Black Widow.
Yeah.
So I guess we got a lot of Matt Damon haters here. My goodness.
So Sammy's Black Widow, Ray's Black Widow, Raphael's Black Widow, Enrique's Black Widow, Maria's Black Widow, Pete's Black Widow. We got another Black Widow vote. Frank's Black Widow, Slaughterhouse's Black Widow. David's Black Widow. Yeah, that's 10 for Black Widow and none so far for Jason Bourne. So, yeah, we're gonna call it.
Matt Damon was Loki in the play.
He was.
Remember?
You're right. So Jason Bourne loses, and we have our two winners from that bracket. Next bracket, guys. This is a fun one. This is a Chris bracket. Chris loves this bracket. It's all Chris all the time. Chris 24/7. Chris. Chris, you ready for your bracket?
Yeah.
It's going to be a fun one, buddy. We have a wizard that is never late, no matter what. He's just never late. And we're talking about Gandalf, the gray, or the white. This one, he's gray. And we have Gandalf versus another guy that's really good with magic. And we are talking about one Bundersnatch Cumberdink. We're talking about Stephen Strange, a.k.a. Doctor Strange. So, this is going to be a good one. We have Wizard versus Magician, Magician versus Wizard, Magic versus Magic, Warner Brothers versus Disney. Let's see who wins this battle, everyone. Who will win the battle? Chris, go for it.
All right, in one corner we have Gandalf, the most powerful wizard in Middle Earth. He has 3 forms. He has the gray form, where he is sort of powerful and still considered, revered as one of the most powerful and wisest wizards in Middle Earth. Has some powers like heating fire, manipulating sparks, creating massive pillars of smoke, stuff like that. It's all a lot to do with light and fire. And then he can evolve into his Gandalf the White phase, where his powers become more powerful but also much more advanced. He can overpower them with agility and magic. He can turn into animals, stuff like that. Actually, shapeshifting comes with the 3rd form, which is when he becomes his unrestricted form of Loren. Then he can shapeshift, and his powers are the strongest, and he can control fire, he can create fire, he can do all this stuff. Even then, he still has some restrictions compared to some of the magic in the world. And then we have, he can sword fight, he's good, he's a trained sword fighter, he's good with swords, and he has an elfin blade. He can stick with all the good fighters and parties and stuff like that. So he can fight. Now Doctor Strange, he's got a few more tricks up his sleeve. Part of it is to do with he has a lot of mystical artifacts to help him. He's the Cloak of Levitation, which helps him fly. The Eye of Agamotto, which is used to negate evil magic. The Book of Vishanti, which has vast knowledge of white magic, and the Orb of Agamotto, which creates clairvoyance, so he can see into the future. He is disciplined in judo and has several other martial arts disciplines. He is the mightiest magician in the cosmos.
I think Wanda has a disagreement there with that.
And he's very powerful in the world of Marvel. We are, in my opinion, a very interesting fight to watch between the two of them.
I agree.
They're both very smart. They're also very smart men. One was a doctor, and the other one is just a very intelligent wizard, which is partly why he's never late. I think they'd have a hard time outsmarting each other.
Okay.
It's just a matter of who can get the edge magic-wise.
All right. Well, guys, go ahead and start voting. If you have yet to vote, please do. I'm going to give you a minute. And while we talk for that minute, we're going to mention Half's Hot Sauce, guys. Half's Hot Sauce is our sponsor these past couple weeks. Has been sponsoring the Real Short Box. We're doing a giveaway tonight. So anybody in the chat, in the live chat right now, if you want to go to our Instagram page, we have a post. It should be one of our most recent posts. It says giveaway on it. Has a bottle of the sauce. There's another one that has multiple bottles of the sauce. You can tag 2 of your friends on that Instagram post and just follow us on Instagram. So all you have to do, stay in the chat, and near the end of this podcast, we will ask everyone that's still around in the chat to say whether they've done this or not. We'll do a quick check, and then we will add you into the drawing. We have a Wheel of Fun emulator that will pick a name randomly. It's a randomizer. It'll pick a name, and then that person will win 2 hot sauces of their choice from Half's Hot Sauce. You'll just have to give us your information afterwards, and we can make sure that they'll send you 2 bottles of your choice of any of their hot sauce. So it's a cool little contest. It's great hot sauce. So please feel free to do that. Now it looks like we're up on time, so let's go ahead and start counting votes. Now, Chris, let's have you do Gandalf, and Kevin, let's have you do Doctor Strange, okay?
All right.
All right, so we have Slaughterhouse says Doctor Strange, Sammy says Gandalf, Frank says Gandalf, Bonnie says Gandalf, Maria says Gandalf, David says Gandalf, Austin says Gandalf. Now, Andrew says Doctor Strange, Gandolfini ain't shit without his eagles. Yeah, Enrique says, damn, you're killing me here. Sorry, Enrique. Mom says Gandalf, Dad says Gandalf, Ray says Doctor Strange. Pete says 1 for Gandalf. Then we have another one for Doctor Strange. We have 2 more for Gandalf. Enrique says Doctor Strange. Raphael says Doctor Strange. And where are we at? It sounds like Gandalf's kind of running away with it.
Yeah, Doctor Strange, I have 6 votes.
I'm 11 for Gandalf.
Ouch.
Okay, so it looks like Doctor Strange is done. Gandalf wins this round easily, becoming the victor. Gandalf, congratulations. Let's congratulate Gandalf with an applause. Just a round. For taking
Clapping
that.
for that beard.
Good job, Gandalf. Good job on growing the beard. Okay, Chris, you have the next round also. This next round is also kind of magical. Some very strange characters in this. One of them being arguably the most strongest character from Harry Potter is Hermione Granger. So let me see if I can get this photo to shrink down a little bit. There we go.
That's the best picture you had of her?
You know,
There's some guy laying,
you know. And then we have 11 from Stranger Things. So powerful woman versus powerful woman in a battle of who would win. Chris, take it away.
All right. Well, they're both played by English actors. They are both teenagers. Hermione is very incredibly smart. She has pretty much all the spells that a wizard could know by the time she's out of school, except for, of course, the curses that you're not supposed to do. Really good with the shield charm. Very strong wizard, and could do a lot of magic, a lot of different types of magic. She has a large arsenal of spells on her side, as opposed to 11, who is untrained in her abilities, but has natural abilities, and most of it is psychic abilities. Some of the abilities she has is telekinesis, extrasensory perception, where she can gain information through the mind rather than the physical senses, telepathy, psychometry, which is a token object reading, technopathy, portal manipulation, so she can manipulate portals to the upside down, biokinesis, teleportation, and memory reading. So, not a lot of offensive skills there, but a lot of defensive skills that could keep her in battle for a long time.
She loves waffles.
Right. She also loves waffles.
Yes, and she has a few more friends protecting her than Hermione, who has 2 kind of bumbling oafs protecting her.
So we have Hermione versus 11. Hermione from Harry Potter versus 11 from Stranger Things. Guys, go ahead and start commenting. We're going to put a minute on the shot clock here. Kevin, we're going to have you do, take votes for Hermione, and Julio, we're going to have you take votes for 11, okay?
No problema.
Okay, so. Alright. We have 1 for Hermione from Bonnie, 1 for Hermione from Katie. Angie, thanks for joining us, Angie. Angie, I went to school with. It's been been a long time. So someday I'll have to come to, I think it's, what is it, Oregon? That's where you're at, right? Oregon? I'll have to come to Oregon and visit.
I'll go.
Because I love Oregon, and I particularly love Portland and stuff too. And I love cheese, and they have cheese up there, so that's good too.
Tillamook, bro. Tillamook.
Yeah, definitely. Great ice cream too. We have... Is there sugar-free? Gandalf, don't need no fancy toys. Okay, so Sammy says Hermione then. Pete says 11. And then we have another vote for 11. Mom says Hermione. Dad says Hermione. Denenberg says Hermione. She's got more heart. Austin says Hermione. Raphael says 11. Frank says Hermione. Enrique says Hermione. Angie says Hermione. Maria says Hermione. Andrew says 11. Sammy, you've already voted, but she says Hermione was a whole school and the Order of the Phoenix. She has a whole school, I get that. It's Astoria. Yes. Thank you, Angie. I went to Astoria and did the whole Goonies tour, and it was amazing. And I'd like to go back and see more of Astoria because it was just beautiful.
Donald, you Goonie.
I know. I love Goonies so much. We watched. By the way, we watched Finding. I think it was called Finding Ohana on Netflix. I was told to watch it, but the person that told me to watch it did not tell me that Data from the Goonies is in it. But he said it's very much like the Goonies. But the kid that played Data is now an old dude in this Finding Ohana. It's kind of cool.
Short round?
Yeah. Short round.
All right.
Okay. Ray says Hermione. Okay. David, thank you for letting me know. And where are we at, guys, with the votes?
I have 12 votes for Hermione.
I got 4 for 11.
Yeah.
Okay.
So 11's done. Hermione's moving on.
Done.
That's an easy one. So 11's done. Sorry, 11. It's going to be a good battle.
Very many close ones yet tonight.
Okay, so I have this next round, guys. This is going to be a fun one, everybody. David, tell Brady to strap in because this is going to be a good one. I have Captain Jack Sparrow. There he is, up on the screen. The sailor with all the luck. And he is versus...
Hera.
Get this to pop up on the screen. Sorry, guys, for the lag. He is versus Robin Hood.
That was going to be Hera.
So, Captain Jack Sparrow, played by Johnny Depp, Pirates of the Caribbean. We know his skill set. It's kind of like he bumbles his way into things, but he always has this kind of luck power. He has a very high skill of persuasion. His charisma is off the charts for you D&D people. He has high charisma, high persuasion. And he's proficient with a gun, with a sword, definitely, and with saving his own butt and finding treasure in rum. Then we have Kevin Costner, a.k.a. Robin Hood here, Robin of Luxley. He is very charismatic. He has relatively high persuasion. He has no sword, technically, but he is proficient, and he can fight with a sword. He's very good with a bow and arrow. Extremely good with a bow and arrow. Doesn't really miss his mark. So you have basically old school Hawkeye versus a drunk swordsman, basically, from Marvel. So if you want to, those that know the swordsman would know, it's swordsman versus Hawkeye, and it's a great battle. I think it would be a lot of fun to see, particularly once Robin Hood almost hits Jack Sparrow a few times, having missed because he fell down or fell backwards or something. It would be cool to see how he responds to that. So I think this would be a lot of fun, and I'm excited to see who wins. So let's start on the competition, guys. Go ahead and put your votes in if you have yet to do so. We're going to put them in on the clock, and we'll get that going.
Well, if they don't, they both drink booze, right? I think one's a rum drinker, one's a beer drinker.
Yeah, because of the what is it, the monk?
Merryman.
Not the monk. What is
The
he?
Merryman.
Well, yeah, the Merryman.
Oh,
but
Friar Tuck.
Friar Tuck. Friar Tuck. Okay.
Snape was in that one too.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, so let's start taking votes. Julio, let's have you be Robin Hood, and Chris, let's have you be Jack Sparrow. Okay?
Where's my rum?
There's your rum.
I need a refill now.
Jorge, thank you for joining us. He says, good evening, fellow freaks. So, let's see. My mom says Jack Sparrow. My dad says Jack Sparrow. Angie says Jack Sparrow. Yes, like Kevlar, Sammy, definitely. Maria says Robin Hood. Sammy says, why is the rum always gone? You know why. David says he's got to go with Jack. He's into rum. Enrique says, yes, rum, so he's going with Jack. Andrew says Robin Hood. Austin says Robin Hood. Andrew, who's already voted, he said, I'm going to end up voting for the loser every time I see it now. Janet says Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. Thank you for joining us, Janet. Ray Rodriguez says Captain Jack. David, who already voted, said I would have voted for Dave Chappelle. I think David already voted. Yes, he did. And Raphael says neither.
Wow.
So thank you, Raphael.
Wow.
And then we have one more for Jack Sparrow, another for Jack Sparrow, and then one more for Robin Hood. So where are we at on the votes, gentlemen?
Got 5 for Robin Hood.
You got 6
Got
now.
9 for Jack.
Frank just threw in for Robin Hood, so it's 6-9.
6.
6-9 vote. Anybody else want to vote really quickly before we call it for Jack Sparrow beating Robin Hood in a surprise upset?
I guess people don't believe in those merry men.
I
I
guess.
don't think we should use Johnny Depp and beating with in the same thing.
Yeah, good call.
Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hell of a guitar player, though.
Yeah, Darren has a story about that, but he's not here, so we will give him one of these. That's for Darren. Darren, that's for you. There we go. Okay, so Jack Sparrow wins. Moving on. Kevin, this one's on you, buddy. Next one. These next rounds will move faster as we get through this first round. It's just the first round. We have to explain everything. First character we have is one Mr. None other than Game of Thrones Jon Snow. And
Rightful king.
he will be battling. Yeah, but he didn't want it. This is great. This is great, guys. I'm very excited for this matchup. I know Kevin is as well. He's going to be battling Zorro. So we've got Jon Snow, swordsman, fighter, versus Zorro, swordsman, fighter, lover. Kevin, take it away.
Yes, it's me.
Kevin, you froze. Where are you at, Kevin?
In thought. He's frozen in
Damn,
thought.
Kevin, it was your turn, too. Well, this is disappointing. Where are you, Kevin? All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and take it then. Jon Snow. We have... why don't you do Jon Snow, Chris? You know Game of Thrones really well. You go with that one.
All right, Jon Snow
Kevin's
raised
back.
his whole life in the north, Winterfell. He has a magical sword that was handed to him from his mentor. He has been raised from the dead, and he trained his whole life in sword fighting and likes redheads.
Who doesn't?
He is Blood of the Dragon. He's rightful king of Winterfell of the Seven Kingdoms, and as Donald and I can attest, he has a very nice ass.
Yes, that he does. We saw it we saw it in person and on television. Don't ask about the in-person thing. It's
Yep.
too long of a story. Okay, Kevin, are you back? Kevin's froze again. Okay, cool. And then he's going to be surprised when we're talking about Zorro next, because he's froze. Okay. Zorro, who fights so cunning and free. Zorro, who makes the sign of the Z. That's for you, Dad. That's one of my dad's favorite songs to sing. It's Antonio Banderas playing Zorro in this one. Zorro is very charming, very proficient with a sword. He's very quick, quick-witted. He's smart. He's basically everything of Jon's equal. More, I can't say. Less, I don't know. But I will say that this is a battle for the ages. He fights with a bit more finesse, I will say, than Jon Snow. But Jon Snow might have a little more power than Zorro. So it's one of those things. Kevin has dropped out completely.
I do think Jon's sword would probably snap Zorro's rapier in half.
I think you're right. It's possible. If he can, get to it.
Catch the sword. Yeah, that's
Right.
the gift.
That's the thing. Let's see if I can add Kevin back in.
He's got the whole, Clark Kent thing going too with the mask. Puts the mask on, nobody recognizes him.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Very, very true. Okay, Kevin, I'm trying to add you back in now. We
That's
have
weird.
Jon Snow versus Zorro. Kevin, are you there?
Do you hear me? I can hear you guys.
There you are. Yeah, you were out of Skype. You were out of the other program. You're out of everything. So you were gone. Yeah, right. You've dropped out multiple times now. So I'm sorry, Kevin. We had to take over for this. So Jon Snow versus Zorro. Let's start counting votes, guys. 1 minute on the shot clock. That's all the time you have to finish casting your vote in the chat. So we have. David says, "Where's Darren?" He is working, unfortunately. Frank says Jon Snow. Chris, you're Jon Snow. Julio, you're going to be Zorro, and that's just in case Kevin drops again.
It's me. It's me.
So 1 for Jon Snow, 2 for Jon Snow, 2 for Zorro, another for Jon Snow. Sammy says Zorro. Angie says F Jon Snow, the murderer, so I think she's going with Zorro.
Yeah.
Jorge says Jon Snow. And he says, let's see, Maria says Arya could beat Zorro, but I'm not sure Jon can. So I don't know what that is. Maria, you'll have to.
That means Zorro. Me.
Barb says Jon Snow. 1 for Jon Snow and 1 for Zorro. Another for Zorro from Enrique. Austin says Zorro. Janet says Jon Snow. David says Jon Snow. Pete says Zorro's influenced the creation of Batman along with the Shadow. So Pete's going with Zorro.
It's true.
Let's see. Andrew Asher said Zorro.
Yes.
And Jorge. Nope, that's Katie says Zorro. And let's see. We've got 1 more for Jon Snow. And take away 1 Jon Snow. We counted 1 twice.
Did Maria ever make her decision?
Thank you, David. Yes, she votes for Zorro. So what do we have vote time, guys?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
I have 10 for Jon.
And I have 10 for Zorro.
Oh, shit. Okay. So we have a tie. For between Jon Snow and Zorro. Anybody want to cast their vote to be the tiebreaker in the chat? If not, it'll go to the council, which is me, Julio, Chris, and Kevin, and we will vote on who we wish to win. And it's going to be a knockdown, drag-out fight.
No.
It's going to be a knockdown, drag-out fight then, I guess. Here we go.
Yes.
It's going to the council. Council time, everybody! Jon Snow versus Zorro. Who's voting for who? Julio, who are you voting for? Jon Snow or Zorro?
I am voting for Zorro.
Ah. Sir, you have my sword. I, too, vote for Zorro. Kevin, who are you voting for? Kevin's froze again. Chris, who are you voting for?
Well, I have ready for my 12-point dissertation on why Snow would destroy Zorro.
No.
He has the Red Woman on his side. He can keep bringing him back to life. Zorro kills him, comes back to life. Kills him again, brings him back to life. My vote's Jon Snow.
Okay,
Zorro
Jon Snow.
Catherine Zeta-Jones.
Hang on a second.
Jon Snow had the Mother of Dragons.
All right.
Jon Snow can fly a dragon.
4 feet tall.
Kevin just texted me. He's saying Zorro.
That's right.
So, the council has voted. The council has voted for Zorro. Zorro is the winner.
I had to put the Supreme Court robes on.
Okay, so Zorro won that round amazingly.
Sweet Christmas.
And 1 more vote, 1 more round here, bracket. This looks like it's mine. We're going to be a little quicker on this, guys, so we can move a little faster on these votes. Kevin, I just got your text to call you back, so I think everything on your end is lagging pretty hard. Because Kevin, you have no sound right now.
I said I'll investigate while we try to figure this out. See what's going on with my connection.
Okay, so we have, for mine, this is great. We have Luke Skywalker. I don't know if you guys have ever seen the movie Star Wars, but he's in that. He plays a hero in it.
Not afraid.
And this is for a lot of you out there that also enjoyed Zorro. Hopefully that you also enjoy The Shadow. Now, the reason why I chose this battle, like that I wanted to do this, is because it's great. It's a battle of mixed characters, gray characters. Luke Skywalker is kind of a gray character. He has good in him, but he has a propensity for bad, too. Same with the Shadow. He has good in him, but a propensity for bad. Both of them can use their mind powers to manipulate people. The Shadow can do it to make people do what he wants. So can Luke Skywalker. Both of them can move things with their mind as well. The Shadow can move things with his mind. So can Luke Skywalker. Both of them have an underground unit of people that work for him. Luke Skywalker has the Rebels, and the Shadow has an underground network that uses a ring that basically says that they're part of the Shadow network that works for him as well. So, these are some very evenly matched characters. It just depends on who you're going with. Like, yes, Luke has a lightsaber. The Shadow has guns, but he is also proficient with a blade. So, you have two sword fighters, in essence. Luke can also use a blaster. Shadow, of course, again, is proficient with guns. It's an extremely closely matched fight, guys. So, I would not be upset if either one of these guys won. I am just very pleased to put them in the same fight together. So here we go. Luke Skywalker versus the Shadow. You guys in the chats have 1 minute to vote.
The Shadow can also make his nose bigger.
Yes, with a kerchief over it. Only when he has the kerchief over it for some reason.
More oxygen intake. So,
Can't Luke get rid of your oxygen by choking you without even touching you?
It's true.
Yes, so can the Shadow.
And it's Alec Baldwin.
Okay, so again, since Kevin keeps dropping out, Chris will have you do Luke Skywalker, and Julio will have you do the Shadow, okay? Okay, so Julio, you might not have much to do. We'll see. Chris, you are one for Skywalker. Give me 1 sec.
Don't forget to mention the seagulls.
Let's see. So 1 for Luke Skywalker, 2 for Luke Skywalker, 3 for Luke Skywalker, 4 for Luke Skywalker. Katie votes Luke Skywalker. David votes Luke Skywalker. Enrique votes Luke Skywalker. Austin votes Luke Skywalker. Angie's going, Jorge is very admirable, Donald, how you are attempting to make this look like a close contest. Adorable. It is a close contest, I'm telling you. It is a close contest. I'm a huge fan of both of these characters. I've studied them immensely. I've listened to the old tapes of the Shadow from the 40s and 50s radio program that they had back in the, even like it dipped in the 30s, if I recall, and 20s even.
Your lack of faith is disturbing.
It is a close one. My mom says Luke Skywalker. My dad says Luke Skywalker. Pete says Luke Skywalker. We have another for Luke Skywalker. Angie says Luke Skywalker. Janet says Luke Skywalker. Andrew says Luke Skywalker. And
might as well call it.
Yeah, we're going to just call it. The Shadow is completely eliminated. Sorry to see that.
Does Shadow even get a single vote?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, he did. Didn't he?
Besides your vote, besides yours.
He didn't, did he? Damn. Damn, guys. Okay. All right, Luke Skywalker won.
I mean, if you look at what Luke did, like in his later years as Luke, I mean, I don't think there's much comparison to the Shadow.
Well, we never seen the Shadow older. Think about that.
Yeah,
Okay.
but can his powers just grow with years of
Like
experience?
his nose.
Wait, Chris, are you talking about the expanded universe version of Luke Skywalker or the diluted version from the sequel trilogy?
I'm saying Mandalorian.
Mom, this one's for you.
No, that's more like it. That's more like it.
This one's for you, Mom. I know you'll enjoy this one. And I know you don't really want to pick between the two, but you're going to have to. I made it simple.
Wow.
You can either choose between David Tennant's Doctor Who or Tom Baker's Doctor Who when you're thinking of Doctor Who. And when you're thinking of Captain Kirk, there really is only one. So, here we go. Julio, take it away.
All right, Doctor Who, a British show, but it has a giant fan base all around the world. It was started in 1963 on the BBC, and it's still going on to this day. 13 different people have played Doctor Who. In 2017, a female, became the first Doctor Who. Hooray for progress. The Doctor Who's are basically Time Lords,
Yes.
and that are called Doctor, and they travel through time or something in a spaceship that looks like a phone booth.
Yep, space
That's
and time.
TARDIS. And basically, they just help people in certain situations that require help.
Right, and the Doctor's kind of immortal. He's reborn again every time he dies, and he can only live for so long, and he just re-inhabits a new body, just kind of reincarnates
So he's
himself.
an extraterrestrial as well?
Yes,
I guess
yeah.
the Doctor Who.
He's
Okay,
from the
cool.
planet Gallifrey.
Very cool, very cool.
Yes.
Now, Captain Kirk, James T. Cook. He's the captain of the starship. He has sex with anybody he wants to. It doesn't matter if they're human, alien, blue, or green. He's been in 7 movies. He's been played by William Shatner and Chris Pine in 3 other movies. And I've had to deal with him several times. Kind of a weird dude. And that's about it.
Okay. All right. They're also very strategic minds. Kirk has gotten the USS Enterprise out of many scrapes with his genius ideas that he's come up with. He's also formidable in battle. Same thing with Doctor Who. A very, very genius mind when it comes to strategy. Very clever. His charisma's off the charts, same as Kirk's. His persuasion might be a little bit higher than Kirk's, I would say. But beyond that, I think they're very evenly matched. So this is a very good matchup. We're going to put a minute on the shot clock. We're going to stick to that. You guys have 1 minute to vote in the chats, and then we're going to move on and decide who wins this round. I'm going to start reading off the votes. Kevin, are you here with us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, I'm going to have you do Captain Kirk, and Chris will have you be Doctor Who, okay? Let's see. Jorge says Tiberius all the way, so Kirk. Sammy says Doctor, so Doctor Who. Angie says Captain Kirk. Sammy, of course. Tennant, I knew that. Pete says Doctor Who. Another for Doctor Who. Another for Captain Kirk. From Enrique, Janet says Doctor Who. Sammy, who's already voted, says Wibbly Wobbly Timey Wimey. Raphael says Zorro, LOI, Council. Yes, Raphael, but that doesn't. He's. I mean, he could probably win in this battle, but he's not fighting this one.
Jeez.
Jorge says Katie and Carrie. So we get 2 more Captain Kirks. Frank says Kirk, so it can be Star Wars versus Star Trek. Pete says more than 13. Pete, I think you're right. Austin says Doctor Who. David says Captain Kirk. It's regeneration. Yes, I know, Sammy. Sorry. It's like a phoenix. He's rising from the ashes. Come on. Mom says Kirk. Dad says Kirk. And Andrew Asher says Kirk. So I feel like Kirk is going to take it by a thin margin. What's the score?
I have 10 for Kirk.
Got 6 for Who.
So we've got
Take
one
that,
more for Who.
British people.
We've got one more for Who. So that's what, 10-7?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay, anybody else want to vote for Doctor Who? Otherwise, he's going to be out of the competition. I'm going to count to 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. That's it. Game over. Captain Kirk has won this battle. That is the final of the opening round. Captain Kirk moves on, beating Doctor Who. All right. Next round. Now, we don't really have to do too much about this rounds. These rounds, we're just going to go lightning round style. So basically, you guys will have a minute or two to vote, and we'll move on. So this is the next leg of this. This is the second round, so to speak. So we have going up against Indiana Jones. This is going to be a good one, guys. Going up against Indiana Jones, we have the Black Widow.
Ooh.
Yeah. So Indiana Jones versus the Black Widow. Who shall it be? Everybody cast your vote now in the chats. And while you do so, we're going to take a minute to discuss the competition. If you are in the chats and you follow our IG page, if you go on our Instagram page, you follow us, The Real Short Box, and you tag 2 of your friends on our recent post about Half's Hot Sauce, let us know in the chats, and we will add you to the wheel to be entered in to win 2 free bottles from Half's Hot Sauce of delicious Ohio-made excellent hot sauce that will tantalize your taste buds and perk up the heat factor for you just slightly on most of the hot sauces. They're very good, very tasty, very flavorful. And you can win this competition. We'll put you on the Wheel of Fun. Kevin will have an emulator ready. We'll put your name in, add it to it, and whatever it lands on, that person will be mailed 2 bottles of their choice of delicious Half's hot sauce. Okay, so here we go. All right, Kevin, we're going to have you do Indiana Jones. Chris, let's have you do Black Widow, okay? Yeah, Andrew, definitely Kirk said, I've had enough of who? So we have 2 for Indiana Jones. 2 for Black Widow.
Ooh.
Sammy says Black Widow. Enrique says Indiana Jones. Frank says Dr. Jones. Maria says, sorry, Indy, you're going to get your ass whooped by our girl Nat. So, another Black Widow. Austin says Indiana Jones. Andrew says Black Widow. Jorge says, I say Indy. And then we have Carrie that says Black Widow. And he says that's his wife, so the divorce is imminent. I can believe that. Sure. And Katie says Indiana. Brady says Widow. David says Indiana. So where are we on this, guys?
I have 8 for Indiana Jones so far.
You have
8 for Black Widow.
You have 9 for Indiana now, Kevin.
Oh, make that 9.
So Indiana's winning by 1 vote against the Black Widow. Oh, Janet just says Black Widow, so it's 9-9. Is it going to the council?
Looks like the Supreme Court may have to decide this again.
30 seconds to see if the Supreme Court council is going to take the vote and decide who will win against Indiana Jones and the Black Widow. We've got 20 seconds left on the clock in case no one else votes for Indiana Jones or the Black Widow.
This would be awesome. 2 Supreme Court justice votes in the same...
There's no vote for Mickey Mouse there, Julio.
It's
Although that is cool.
Jones, Mickey Mouse.
That is a cool one.
Yeah.
I like that.
Who is going to the semifinals?
Bonnie, thank you for your vote. I did cast it. Okay. It's going to the Supreme Court, everybody.
Uh-oh. Get the jacket on.
Get your jacket on, Kevin.
Get the
Supreme Court party. Here we go. Here we go.
This is tough, man. This is tough.
Supreme Court and...
Gotta get a new horn.
Nah.
Get a new...
But Raphael loves it.
No, we do it because we hate somebody.
Oh, well. How about this one? Here we go. Ready?
All right. I feel like I got an idea going on or a boner.
How about that? That's a boner.
Okay. What do you think, Julio? What's your choice, brother?
As much as I love Scarlett Johansson and the Black Widow in that leather outfit, I'm gonna have to go with my man in the leather jacket and fedora. Indiana Jones, Dr. Jones.
Okay. Chris, what's your vote?
I don't know. I love Indiana Jones.
Chris?
I'm actually not a huge fan of the Black Widow character. However, I feel like if we're strictly going by who could beat each other, I think Black Widow's an assassin, and I think she could kill him not even getting close to him. So I'd have to go Black Widow.
Okay. I'm going to go Black Widow as well. I feel like in a fight, Indiana's formidable, but he's not a trained assassin. You know what I'm saying? He's an adventurer
Exactly.
and an archaeologist, so I feel like she could easily take him just with her feminine wiles alone. So he falls prey to women relatively easily, as we saw in the third Indiana Jones film. He's very confused and can be tricked quite easily with a pretty face. There's none prettier than the Black Widow, of course, except Maria, but there's no other closer to that than the Black Widow. So that's why she's getting my vote. Kevin, what are you voting?
Well, the way I'm dressed, logically, it should be Indiana Jones, especially with the fedora. Dr. Jones, a great archaeologist, but I have to use some common sense here. In an actual fight, one-on-one, just like Chris said, it's not going to be long. She will break poor Dr. Jones' neck in no time. So if it's a popularity contest, obviously I'll go with my man, Dr. Jones, but being logical here, if those two met in a back alley and got into a fight, it's not going to be a good day. He'll be dead in no time. So I have to give it to Miss Natasha Romanoff. It is the Black Widow as the winner. She is going to the semifinals.
Is going to the semifinals. She is the winner of this round.
I'm hurt.
I'm hurt too. It's a painful decision to make. Believe you me, but I got to use common sense, brother.
All right.
I think that he can He's the smartest guy in the room
He
all
is,
the time.
But Natasha's no dummy either. She's a freaking Avenger.
Those booby traps, bro. Booby traps.
By the way, the Real Short Box is now sponsored by the Black Widow film coming out in July. Check it out in the theater near you. All right, and right beside each other in alphabetical order, fighting each other. This is going to be a good one. We have Gandalf. Hang on, trying to get this to work. Versus Hermione. So Hermione the wizard of sorts, wizard in training, versus Gandalf the wizard. Hey, Chris. Chris Duquesne's in the house, everybody. Thank you for joining us, Chris.
All right. Got my leg. Thank you, Brother Chris, for joining us. It's funny, he would have decided this without the Supreme Court on that last one.
Yeah. Well, Angie put her vote in late, or else it would have gone to Indiana, I think. But unfortunately,
Sammy's happy.
We had already chosen the Supreme Council Court thing, or whatever you want to call it, Kevin, to vote. So you guys, we're putting a minute on the clock here. You have a minute to cast your vote. Gandalf versus Hermione. Who will win? This is going to be a good one. I've got a good feeling about this one. I don't have a good feeling for Hermione, but I have a good feeling about this one. I feel like we have two formidable wizards fighting each other. One is very clever, and the other one is just as clever.
Well, one's like a teenager, the other one is very, very, very old.
A seasoned old man. He's like a ripe old piece of beef jerky versus a fresh steak, so to speak. So let's see where this leads. I'm excited.
Right. Nice analogies.
Okay, thanks.
I mean, to be fair, Hermione can use a lot more magic spells than Gandalf can.
Jorge, your dog cannot vote. I'm sorry. We've had people ask in the past, even if you had two pictures that you held up, they would go to the one that your hand smelled better. So whichever one you had food in the last time, the dog would go to that. So it doesn't work. I'm sorry. It's just not a thing. And unless you show me a video of your dog watching like The Lord of the Rings over and over and jumping up and down on the couch and getting super excited, and then show me a side-by-side video of them watching Hermione and Harry Potter and the dog just like getting up and leaving the room, then I would count that vote. Only then. So that's the only way that's going to work. I'm sorry. It did go to the court, Sammy, so I'm glad you're happy. Let's see. Okay, so Jorge says Gandalf. So Chris, you do Gandalf. Kevin, you do Hermione, okay?
Okay.
Frank says Gandalf. Angie says Gandalf. My mom says Gandalf. My dad says Gandalf. Sammy says Hermione. This Hufflepuff is going with Hogwarts. Chris Duquesne says just arrived. Hope I didn't miss the best heroes. Chris, we're just getting started, buddy. Austin says Gandalf. Enrique says Gandalf. Andrew says Gandalf. Katie says Gandalf. Carrie says Gandalf. Bonnie says Gandalf for experience alone. Maria says this round tears me up inside. Chris says also hello, lovely Sammy. Pete says Gandalf. Another for Gandalf. You shall not pass. Hermione says Brady votes for Gandalf, and David votes for Gandalf. Chris votes for Gandalf. Maria votes.
Call it, bro.
Maria votes for Hermione.
Brody is 16 for Gandalf, so.
I know. We got 2 votes for Hermione. You might as well call it.
Yeah. You're right. Raptor Bacon votes for Gandalf as well. So Hermione got her butt handed to her by Gandalf. Gandalf is taking it. Moving on. Next round. Okay. In this round, this is
of Emma Watson.
I'm really looking forward to this round, guys. This is a super fun round again. I love this. I love these characters. I'm surprised that both of them won, actually, so it's super exciting for me. We have Jack Sparrow from Pirates of the Caribbean taking on the Mark of the Z. We are talking Zorro.
Yes.
Who shall win? We have Jack Sparrow versus Zorro, guys. This is a good one. Of course, both of them are good swordsmen. Zorro is known for his swordsmanship. Jack is known for stumbling into the right scenario at the wrong time, or vice versa. He's also a fun drunk. I don't know if Zorro so much is. But Zorro has a really cool hat, and Jack does not. So there's also that.
Julio sounds like Puss in Boots more than Zorro.
Yes.
Oh, isn't it literally the same actor?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, that's true. It is.
Yeah. Adam, we did see that they're shutting down the ArcLight. In fact, I did a little toast earlier, if you want to watch the replay later, for ArcLight, our fallen theater where we all, like a lot of us, met. In fact, Bonnie, David, Adam, Chris Duque, just off the top of my head, just like right here that I'm seeing on the screen, we all worked at ArcLight, along with Kevin and Darren and a whole host of others. Let's see.
Also, some famous people used to work with us who had some success in the industry. You know, Jim Hoffmaster, who's on Shameless.
Yeah. Was. They're done.
Was, yeah. One of the creators of Key and Peele, you know, also used to work there.
I heard that the creator of the web series The Blue Beetle, Ted Kord Returns, also worked there as well.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
Correct.
True.
Yeah. It's
True.
pretty big. I heard that he's not even doing autographs anymore. He's like,
Dick.
all right, let's start counting them up. Chris, we'll have you do Jack Sparrow. Julio, you're Zorro, okay?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so we have Pete for Jack, and then we have another for Zorro. Bonnie says Jack. Maria says Zorro. Andrew says Zorro. My dad says Zorro. Sammy says Zorro. Janet says Zorro. Angie says Jack. Raphael, the Black Widow is not fighting this round. It's not happening. My mom says Jack. Enrique says Tequila. So I guess that's Zorro.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Chris Duque says Zorro. Denenberg says Jack. Chris said, I used to steal hot dogs with the creator of the Blue Beetle. Yes, you did, Chris. Yes, you did. Filled your backpack many a times with baguettes and hot dogs and stuff. Adam says Zorro. Carrie says Zorro. Denenberg says he heard the program director for the DGA was a former QC from ArcLight.
Yes.
Austin says Zorro. Katie says Jack Sparrow. And Juice, thanks for joining us, Juice.
Hey, the Juice Man.
Pretty much the whole family's watching the stream, yeah. Juice, if you want to throw in your vote, we're doing Jack Sparrow versus Zorro. What's the score right now, gents?
Got 6 for Jack.
Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 12 for Zoro.
It's over. We're calling it.
Well,
I
Zoro
can't believe
wins.
this. Zoro is going to the semifinals.
Wow, I would have never thought this, but Zoro's moving on.
Yes. That's right.
Donald, you know what's funny, brother?
Huh.
We might get a certain matchup coming up, potentially in the finals. It's possible.
It's possible.
One we kind of discussed.
It's possible. Okay, so next round we've got another one here. This is the final of the semis here, or the semi-semis, or whatever you want to call it. We are talking about two of the greatest sci-fi franchises. We're talking about Star Wars with Luke Skywalker versus Star Trek with Captain Kirk.
Star Wars versus Star Trek. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I mean, does Kirk use a weapon at all?
A phaser
Phaser.
and his bare hands.
And his hands.
And his wit. And his penis.
Well, you know what? He could fire photon torpedoes with through the Enterprise at Luke Skywalker.
I will say, Kirk has not tried to have sex with his sister. There's that.
I don't think he has one.
Well, neither did Luke.
Yeah,
No,
just kissed.
You sure about that?
Yeah.
I think
No
that's
tongue. No tongue.
all that we saw. But we don't know about all the heavy petting that went on.
That's not nice. I don't appreciate that.
All right. Oh, man. This is not looking good. Okay, so Julio, why don't you do Luke Skywalker, and Kevin, you do Captain Kirk, okay? Because I want to give you a break, Kevin. Sammy says Luke. Adam says like duh, laughing my ass off. Well, we're gonna wait on that vote, Adam. Jorge says Katie says Luke. Sorry. Bonnie says Luke all day. Chris Duque says Luke. Sammy says Luke would force push the crap out of Kirk. Pete says Luke. We got another for Luke. David says Luke. Enrique says Luke. Frank says Luke. Janet says Luke. Maria says Luke. Andrew says Luke. Carrie says Luke. Angie says Captain Kirk. And my mom says Captain Kirk.
One.
So he's got two. Dad says Luke. Austin says Luke. There is no try. There is do her or do her not. Oh, that's good, Andrew. Yeah. So that's it. It looks like it's Luke, right?
That's a wipeout for Luke.
Yeah.
Okay. And I want to say that there is a little bit of a reverb, like a little bit of a feedback.
Somebody's having something going
So
on.
Chris, maybe turn down your volume just slightly, because might be you. Okay, so we're moving on.
Is that better?
I'm not sure. No.
Well, my microphone's down to 5, so.
Okay. That's fine. I'll just talk a little lower and hope that people don't notice.
So Donald, we're actually going to get a matchup that we actually wanted to see coming up.
Yep. So semifinals, everybody. Here we go. Ready for the semifinals?
Here we go. This is going to be a nice one. Well,
Yep.
somewhat.
I think it's going to be very fun. We have the Black Widow versus a very fan favorite upset, crazy fan favorite upset that's surprising me as he goes along. Zoro.
That's right.
Is it raining? What is that sound issue? What's going on?
Oh,
No
no.
idea.
I'm going to mute myself, see if it's me.
I'll do the same when you're done.
Nope, still hearing it.
Okay. Okay, I don't hear that anymore, so we're gonna keep letting the votes come in, everybody.
So what's this there? It's Black Widow versus...
Zoro.
Oh, okay.
Black
Oops.
Widow versus Zoro. I'm gonna go headset so we know it's not me.
Well, Chris is muted now.
Is he?
Yeah, Chris is muted now.
Oh, that's probably it then. Because if it's not feedbacking at all now. So Chris, unmute when you want to talk, and then mute when you're not. So that way we don't have a feedback issue for now. Okay. So, okay, Julio, we'll have you do Black Widow. Kevin, you will do Zoro, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Sammy says, surprise, surprise, Black Widow. Chris says, sweet, badass, sexy Black Widow. Bonnie says Black Widow. Austin says Zoro. Andrew says Black Widow. Maria says Black Widow. Mom says Zoro. Dad says Zoro. Frank says Black Widow. Jorge says, I think the two of them should just get together and have amazing-looking babies. Yes, Jorge, that is a really excellent idea. And it may happen because Zoro's very charming.
That's right.
Let's see. David says Black Widow. Pete says Zoro. Another vote for Zoro. And then we have another vote for Zoro. Another vote for Black Widow. And then we have another for Zoro. Pete, you're killing me. Okay, so take away 2 on Zoro and give 2 to Black Widow.
Okay.
Evan says window. Evan, are you outside my window?
Dude, you can put your window in.
I didn't see you, buddy. I didn't see you, so Widow. Oh, okay. He's voting for Black Widow. Katie says Zoro, and Carrie says Black Widow. It sounds like Black Widow might be winning. What's the score, guys?
Yeah, I only have 6 for Zoro, so I'm almost certain Black Widow won this.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Yeah.
Black Widow.
Black Widow wins. She beats Zoro.
This is not real.
Well, Zoro had a good run. Let's be honest.
He did.
All right, next up. This is the battle, Kevin. This is a good battle right here. We are talking about Gandalf, the awesome wizard, Gandalf.
Against Jedi Master Luke.
Versus Luke Skywalker. If I had an older picture of Luke, I'd put that one in, but I don't. I got young Luke. I'm sorry. It's just what we're going to have to roll with.
Yeah, had I known better.
Maria says she loves your Zoro voice so much.
I know, we're going to miss it. We're going to miss it
Anytime.
now that he's out of the game.
Can you do a voicemail message for her?
Oh, yes, I can. I actually don't know any lines from Zorro. Everything I know is from like Desperado.
Nice. Amisha's joined us. Thanks for joining us, Amish.
All right.
Happy to see you made it alive from work with your 2 or 3 hours of sleep. Good Lord and gravy. Okay, here we go. Okay, Julio, you're going to go with Skywalker, and Chris, you're going to go with Gandalf. Sound good?
Sure.
Okay. Yes, Amish Zoro lost to Black Widow. Okay. Sammy says Luke Skywalker. Chris says tough one. Amish says Gandalf. Evan says Gandalf. Pete says Luke. And then we have another one for Gandalf. And then we have 2 more votes for Gandalf. And then we have Andrew saying Luke. And then Mom says Gandalf. Dad says Gandalf. Austin says Luke. Jorge says, Luke shall not pass. Gandalf by a wizard's staff. I think Amish only voted once there, Sammy. I only counted that once. Frank, Gandalf. Maria, Gandalf. Chris, Luke. Katie for Luke. Carrie for Luke. Janet for Luke. Angie said Gandalf. Enrique says Gandalf. And Bonnie says Luke. This has got to be close. What's the score? Chris? Son of a bitch.
Ooh.
I'm here.
Okay, there you are. Great.
I'm here. There's 12 for Gandalf.
And how many for Skywalker?
9.
9. So we have 3 more for Gandalf than we do for Luke. So anybody want to vote? Cast your vote now. We're going to put 30 seconds on the clock. If not, it's going to go to Gandalf by 3 votes. Kevin, are you surprised by this?
Yeah. Plus, I was a little surprised by the brackets a little bit. I thought you had it a certain way, but this matchup is a little surprising.
Yeah, this is the matchup we talked about, though. Like the way the brackets were set. I went over
well,
it.
It was one of them. There was another one I thought would be we thought would be kind of funny.
Yes, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah. That would be hilarious. We were talking about what if Skywalker fought Zorro. That would be really, really funny. Zorro would
Especially as Zorro tries to negotiate his way out of the fight.
Yes, absolutely.
Especially with his accent. As Julio. Like Julio, there you go. Try to do Zorro trying to negotiate himself out of a fight with Luke Skywalker.
Luke. That's all I can say.
Yeah. Okay, so Gandalf wins. Luke has been defeated by the Grey Wizard. So
I don't get this, man. I don't get this at all.
So we're gonna go to the
Gandalf
finals.
would be too busy listening to the Grateful Dead, and Luke would just chop his head off.
So we have. That's it. So both Zorro's lost. Luke Skywalker has lost. Our final battle is Gandalf versus the Black Widow. Everybody. So think about this. Who would win in a battle?
Yeah, it can't be a popularity contest.
I don't think Gandalf gets horny. I could be wrong.
I think he's too old to have those feelings.
What?
And if he did, I'd be sure that
I think the only
Black
staff
Widow's
in his
the right
hand
character
is
to turn him on.
made him.
Yeah, if anyone's gonna turn on.
It'd be Luke Skywalker.
Oh, dude. The Black Widow's a very sexy lady.
Chris wants to see Zorro versus Wesley from The Princess Bride. That would be epic.
I don't know if your mom. I guess your mom said never too old.
No.
Oh man, that guy cracked me
I
up.
don't need to know this.
That cracked me up.
I don't need to know this. By the way, we are doing a drawing just after this for the hot sauce. If anybody has yet to get on our social media, get on the Real Short Box's Instagram page, tag 2 of your friends, and follow our page on Instagram. Then let us know in the chat, and we will add you to the Wheel of Fun for a contest to win 2 free bottles of your choice of Half's delicious hot sauce, made proudly in New Philadelphia, Ohio.
Nice.
All right, so here we go. We got a bunch of wows and surprising, that's for sure. So Gandalf versus the Black Widow. Here we go. Amish, I don't know if you're voting for Gandalf or not. You just said cool Gandalf. I think you might be responding to him actually winning the last round. Sammy says Black Widow. So Chris, you count Black Widow. Kevin, you count Gandalf. Okay. Evan is just laughing. Let's see. Sammy says she'd shoot him before he could cast a spell. Yeah, I don't know about that, Sammy.
I don't know about that.
Okay, so Amish did vote. He says Gandalf. Gandalf, 2 more votes for Gandalf, 1 more for Black Widow. Enrique says Gandalf. Frank says Gandalf. Austin says Gandalf. Let's see. Amish says since he would plan for 3 decades, definitely Gandalf. So we already counted that vote. Chris says Gandalf doesn't get horny. What? He's a man. Come now. LOL. Jorge says, okay, so we got, actually, no, it's Carrie that's voting for Black Widow, and Katie's voting for Black Widow. Gandalf, Andrew says Gandalf, if he beat Luke, he'd beat Natasha. Bonnie's saying Black Widow. Angie's saying Gandalf is the greatest of all time. Jorge's going for Gandalf the Magnificent. Amish says Widow was born too late. 1 for Natasha, Black Widow, and then another for Gandalf. Chris is saying Gandalf. My mom says Gandalf. My dad says Gandalf. So it sounds like Gandalf's running away with it. Am I correct?
Yeah, 13 votes for Gandalf so far.
How many for Black Widow?
6.
Yeah.
We're gonna call it.
Not looking. Well, this makes for a very interesting champion versus champion matchup, does it
Now,
not?
we have the Ultimate Final Championship. I just took that picture down. I don't know why. We have the winner of this round, Gandalf, of course, winning this round of the heroes. Now, he is going to be our hero. Now, last week, if you tuned in, you know who our Ultimate Villain winner was. And that was somebody that I will be bringing up the picture of right now. Darth Sidious, a.k.a. Palpatine.
The dark side of the Force.
Something, dark side, yes. So, Gandalf versus Palpatine. We have two basically very strong wizards fighting off, or pairing off against each other, fighting in this round. So, you guys, in the votes, this is the last final battle. This is good versus evil. This is all that we've built up to. Last week's episode versus this week's episode. Good versus evil, evil versus good. Who triumphs? Gandalf, what Jorge says, Gandalf the Magnificent, or Palpatine the Sidious of the Darths, so to speak. You guys decide.
Never underestimate the power of the dark side.
Ultimate power.
Yes.
Yes, Maria, Gandalf is definitely a better matchup to Palpatine than the Black Widow. I agree there. So
yeah,
I am
lit up by that Sith lightning.
I am in a way that glad in a way that Gandalf won this to be able to face off to him.
I think Zorro versus Palpatine would have been very good.
Well, how would he negotiate in that kind of fight against Palpatine?
Right?
Palpatine.
How do you do
My
that?
Friend.
How do you do that? Okay, so let's start counting votes. Julio, let's have you do Palpatine, and Chris, let's have you do Gandalf, okay? Okay, so my mom says Gandalf, my dad says Gandalf. Jorge says Palpatine is going to die for a third time at the hands of Gandalf. Lord of the Rings all the way. So Jorge's for Gandalf. Pete's for Gandalf. Austin's for Gandalf. One more for Gandalf. Janet's for Gandalf. Frank is for Gandalf. Andrew's for Gandalf. Amish says Gandalf. He says you shall not pass. Angie, of course, is still going with Gandalf. That's her boy. Carrie says Palpatine. And Katie says Gandalf. Chris Duque says Gandalf. Choke his old evil ass with your beard. David says Brady and I are taking Gandalf. So 2 more for Gandalf. If he can take down Sauron, the Emperor's chump change. Maria is laughing at Julio again for the Zorro comment. Sammy, I'm sorry, Nerf gun. I don't think it's going to go in my hands for the vote. Amish says Zorro would beat Palpatine, I think is what he means. Andrew says the Emperor died just like the Balrog. Zorro would beat Palpatine is what Amish is saying. Bonnie says tough call, but she thinks Gandalf. Sammy says Gandalf. Raphael says Gandalf. Enrique says Palpatine beats Gandalf the Grey, and then the Gandalf comes back. So Enrique's saying Gandalf the White beats Palpatine. So he's saying Gandalf. Maria's saying Hermione. Maria, no. Evan is saying all Palpatine. And I think it's going Gandalf. Am I right?
It's like 20 votes for Gandalf, I think.
Yeah,
it was pretty close. 19.
So Gandalf wins the ultimate hero versus villain fight. He takes down Palpatine. Sorry, Julio. I know you were a big fan of Palpatine.
Me too.
But we have a very fantasy-rich chat here. So Gandalf definitely took this one by a landslide. So everybody, we have the ultimate winner. It is Gandalf. There we go. See, I didn't do the DJ air horn. So, all right. Now we have one more thing to get on our plates here. Get off of our plates. A couple things, actually. Next week, we've got a big one. Julio, you'll like this one. Next week's podcast, we'll be interviewing one Mr. Bill William Buchanan, a.k.a. Mr. Family Dad animator. And this is going to be a nice one. He is going to be coming in and talking animation with us here at the Real Short Box.
American Dad.
So that's going to be a lot of fun for next Monday, 7:30 p.m. Please stay tuned for that and tune in if you can. We very much appreciate it. You can find our podcasts on all kinds of audio platforms, from Apple Podcasts to Spotify to TuneIn to Spreaker. You name it, we're on it. But if you can't find it, let us know, and we'll get on that platform for you so we can make sure to do that. And, we want you to be happy and healthy and enjoy yourself. So we would be happy to do that and get on there for you. So now we're going to do the giveaway, guys.
All right. To be fair, Donald, can you give me the names again, or of those who that did the tagging?
Kevin, I thought you were writing them down.
I have them down. I have 7 names. I'll make sure that I have them all properly.
Richard has not been in the chat at all. Richard Barnett. Richard, if you are not in the chat, I'm sorry.
Dickie. Tune in, Dickie.
You are not entered for the contest.
So I have to take Richard out, huh?
Full of a toque, says Maria. Jorge says, that was super fun, guys. Thanks for doing this. Hey, Jorge, thank you for tuning in. We really appreciate it. We always appreciate new people when they pop on and they're able to vote and have a good time. That's what we want here at the Real Short Box. So we're going to do the hot sauce giveaway. Kevin, how many names do we have?
Richard's out then, right?
Richard's out.
Okay.
Okay. So, the hot sauce giveaway, you want to bring up the wheel, Kevin?
Yes, give me one moment. Share the screen, right?
Wheel of fish.
Okay.
Oh.
Is it popping up?
You see it?
Ooh.
No, not yet.
I see it.
I see it in Skype, but I don't see it yet on eCam here. So, give me a moment. It might not pop up.
Huh.
Oh, here it is. Okay, I'm going to add it right now. It just took a moment. Okay. All right, so we have Frank, Sammy, Enrique, Bonnie, David, and Janet have all entered the competition. And these will be the names that we'll be selecting from. So, anybody else? I don't think anybody has told me in the chat. Actually, we do have Pete. So, add Pete, Kevin. Can you do that?
Pete, all right.
Okay,
Pete
great.
is there.
All right, so, guys, whatever the name falls on, this is who's the winner of the hot sauce, the hot sauce competition from last week and this week. So, Julio, is anybody else entering that you know of?
I mean, we should give Palpatine a chance.
Yeah, Palpatine.
Palps.
Okay, let's do it. Kevin, spin the wheel.
Here we go.
Ooh, fancy. Oh.
It was close between Sammy
Son
and
of a
Frank.
bitch.
It's Sammy.
Oh, wow.
Son of a... Sammy! No, that's okay. That's cool. That's cool. Congratulations. Sammy wins. Sammy wins. Sammy! You win the hot sauce. Let's get some music in here for you for being the winner. It's not money, but it's hot sauce. So whenever he says money, just think hot sauce.
Everybody's got a prize.
Some hot sauce. Yeah, Sammy, you win.
Everybody's gonna pay.
So let's...
Cause the $1 Million Man.
That's that. I don't know why I can't stop the music.
Always. It's his
It won't stop. Okay, there we go. All right. So, Sammy, you did not win any money, but you won quite a bit worth of hot sauce. You won 2 bottles, free shipping to your home. We will get that to you. So, way to go, Sammy. Thanks for winning.
Yeah.
Even though you said suck it, Donald, there, I guess we'll still get that hot sauce to you. And I did say, I think I said Family Dad earlier, and I meant American Dad. So I'm sorry.
Dad, yes.
I combined Family Guy with American Dad. So it is American Dad that that Bill William Buchanan works on.
I think he's on the chat now.
Is he?
Is
He
he?
just joined. He's
there. He's like,
Hey,
what's up, nerds?
What's up, dude? Thanks for joining us. We were just talking about our podcast with you next Monday. Yes, Angie, the hot sauce is from Ohio. It's from Half's Hot Sauce in New Philadelphia, Ohio, actually.
New Philadelphia.
It's American Guy. Yes, it's American Guy. Thank you. Thanks, Will. It's American Guy.
I think Bill's from old Philadelphia.
Oh,
Yes, he is. He's from the
Old
city of brotherly
Philadelphia.
love.
well, we're from New Philadelphia here for the hot sauce.
You
I'll tell
love
you,
that brotherly love, huh, Kevin?
it is a city filled with cheesesteaks and brotherly love.
Mm.
Okay, so thank you guys for tuning in. We really appreciate it for tuning into the Real Short Box. Sammy, congratulations on winning the hot sauce. Half's Hot Sauce is available at halfshotsauce.com, where you can find them. It's delicious hot sauce. I'll put the thing in here. It should work.
David says like one more spin.
So maybe that'll be a hyperlink, and you can click on it. And if not, you know what the link is, and then you can just type it in later and get it on there. I'll bring that up on the screen so everybody can see it. halfshotsauce.com.
I'm gonna try the rest of them this week.
Yeah, it's some really good stuff, guys. Thank you, guys. Thanks for tuning in and being a part of the Real Short Box. We do this podcast every Monday, 7:30 p.m., usually till 9 or 9:30, depending on what we're doing. Next week will be an interview. We'll probably be done by 9, I would imagine, so it'll be an hour and a half of interviewing Will. Will, sorry, we're going to put you in the hot seat. We're going to ask you all kinds of intimate questions, of a sexual nature when it comes to these cartoon
Doctors,
characters.
briefs.
deep questions on
Who would
what
have
you did
sex
on
with
that show.
who? Yeah, would Homer
Deep
Simpson
questions.
cheat on his wife for
How he got the job.
Lois?
He earned it.
Yeah, how he got
earned
the job, yeah.
Well, he earned it.
Yep. Yep. How's his neck feeling? All that kind of stuff, yeah. How's his grip with his hands? We got it. We got all these questions
His
coming
knees
to
are
you.
quite scarred.
So, looking forward to it, Will. Looking forward to it, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Will says no sweat. I'll give up all secrets right up to being fired.
Oh, jeez.
Sounds good. So thank you guys. Have a great night. We appreciate
That's right.
you.
Happy Ramadan. That's starting.
And if we don't see you out and about anytime soon, Kevin, where will we see them?
We will see them at the sweet, precious, valuable, homely, friendly, and most righteous comic book shop.
Thanks, guys, for tuning in. Thank you, Chris and Julio, for being our guests. We appreciate it. Y'all have a good night.
Thank you, guys.
Rest in peace, DMX.
That's right.